And today, a life raft, $2.3 trillion in additional aid announced by the Federal Reserve. Some of that money for loan programs for local governments facing big losses because of uncollected taxes. We sent our Vince Gerasole to look into just how deep the wounds are for communities. Vince, not pretty.
Certainly not, Brett. You know, communities all across the country are preparing for these massive holes in their budgets from fees and taxes that they don't collect. Today, we spoke candidly with the mayor of Skokie, who admitted they're looking at a $25 million budget shortfall. And he knows Skokie's not alone.
It was just the abrupt one day we are closed. That was it. We're closed, we're shut down, zero sales.
Dawn Okamoto's tried to shift sales of her antiques to her website, but that has its limits.
It was never a portal for purchases.
Sales remain as fragile as the collectibles she sells in Evanston, and she knows most communities are feeling an impact from the COVID-19 economic downturn.
If we don't sell, they don't get sales tax.
We're flying blind in all of this. We just don't know.
Skokie Mayor George Van Dusen spoke candidly about the sales taxes and fees no longer coming in.
Car dealerships, food and beverage, hotel, motel, motor fuel, building permits. Conservatively, we think we will take at least a 20% hit in our revenue.
In Skokie, with a $125 million annual budget, the gap could total $25 million.
Do you have to make cuts?
We would have to consider doing some kind of cuts.
Federal aid for coronavirus impacts in Illinois cities currently totals $2.1 billion, but how to qualify is still being worked out. The Federal Reserve announced today a $2.3 trillion loan package that could also help communities. Still, there's concern federal aid might not be enough.
Could the average resident see some impact in city services?
Everything will have to be on the table, at least temporarily.
Don't expect any cuts in police or fire protection, but Van Dusen says twice-weekly garbage and recycling could be scaled back. Expect a halt on city jobs and the undoing of Skokie's property tax freeze.
We don't know how many businesses are going to open fully. Some may not reopen.
The mayor also told us Skokie may have to cut back on what it pays into employee pension funds as well. And communities all across the country are dealing with this delicate balancing act right now, encouraging people to stay home and social distance, but also preparing for the future when there aren't as many dollars as they were counting on. Reporting live from Skokie, I'm Vince Gerasole, CBS 2 News.
Vince, thank you.